Number 15. The knife throw. Every so often, a video will appear on YouTube that will blow people's minds. In September 2013, a video appeared on YouTube showing a woman using ping pong paddles to block knives being thrown at her by a man who was using a paddle to launch the knives at her. Then a man comes out with a pineapple, and the first man tosses a knife to cut it in half. The finale has a ping pong ball launched and caught in the woman's mouth. Immediately, people were calling it fake, claiming camera and editing tricks. Captain Disillusion is a YouTuber who aims to debunk theories and YouTube videos depicting such impossible talents. He took on the video and, using knowledge of editing and other methods, was able to conclude the video was a fabrication. He explained how the knives were already in the paddles and simply airbrushed out. The knives being launched were dropped off screen, with an image of the knife used to make it appear it is flying. As for the pineapple, the captain was able to detect a string that pulled the top half off and back. Finally, the ball was already in the woman's mouth, and she quickly brought it to the front of her mouth before the ending. Number 14. Username 666 debunked. This legend is about a disturbing and cryptic YouTube channel brought to the attention of YouTube staff who decided to investigate. The worker tasked with finding the channel discovered it had been suspended, but after refreshing the page several times, he was brought to a page straight out of a Clive Barker novel. The background resembled muscular flesh, and all text read 666. The videos he clicked on were horrifying. He tried to escape the page, but nothing worked, and he was forced to remain there, not even able to turn off his computer. Eventually, the woman's hand shot out of the video, and his computer crashed. He wrote an extensive post on the web, warning people to never search for username 666, as it could pose serious hazards. Popularity of the story spread, and there were people searching for the channel, but to no avail. Channel Scare Theater posted an analysis of the story and the alleged video accompanying it, and declared both to be fakes. His first question was why the staff member refreshed the page in the first place without any reason to do so. Scare Theater also typed in the URL for the page and refreshed up to 20 times without any result. He also checked the Wayback Machine for a username 666 and then just the number, and found both times the channel was suspended for violating terms of use. As for the video, it is simply based on the creepypasta, as the story matched the style of the other strange videos. Number 13. The Cincinnati UFO. As long as strange things are seen in the sky, people will continue to believe in UFOs. On September 28, 2012, several residents of Cincinnati were excited to see what they believed to be up to 3 UFOs moving across the night sky. A YouTuber posted video of the lights, and the comments section ignited with debate. Many people were excited at the possibility. This was proof of UFOs, while an equal number countered there was a different explanation. Eventually, commenters were able to determine where exactly the lights were above, which was a Walmart. That's when fellow YouTuber Geek Chicks stated the lights were actually skydivers performing a pyrotechnic stunt. This YouTuber is a member of Start Skydive, which is known to conduct pyrotechnic skydives for entertainment purposes. Days later, fellow member John Hart confirmed the UFOs were actually Start Skydive, joking it's not the first time we have been UFOs. Despite this, several people have dismissed the explanation, with one person saying only a fool would believe that. However, one of those who accepts it was the skydivers is the uploader himself, stating their details fit with the time, location, and day. Number 12. The Mandela Effect. A true psychological phenomenon. The Mandela Effect is a memory believed by many people which is proven to be false. The greatest example of this is when people en masse discovered the beloved Berenstain Bears was not called the Berenstain Bears. It had actually been called the Berenstain Bears with an A instead of an E. This sparked ideas of alternate dimensions and breaks between these dimensions. While fun to think about, these claims are unfounded and instead attributed to the Mandela effect. However, there are some other examples of the Mandela effect that have been proven to be true memories. Chris discussed this in a video where he took a look at the Mandela effect, provided examples, and discussed instances where some examples are actually not part of the Mandela effect. One he looked at and debunked involved the Queen song, "We Are the Champions." Some people were certain the song ended with Freddie Mercury singing "Of the World," but in the commercial release of the song, it simply ends after the band sings "'Cause we are the champions." This was associated as being part of the Mandela effect, but Chris found a version of the song which explains everything. An extended version of the song does end with "of the world," thus removing the example from the list. Well, he doesn't completely debunk the Mandela effect. Chris is only acting to remove those that have reasons behind those beliefs. So tell us, to you, was it Bernstein or Bernstein? Number 11, the Istanbul Rocket Man. Various historical art has allegedly depicted UFOs and even aliens. This was exactly what people believed was shown in a statue found in Turkey, nicknamed the Istanbul Rocket Man. The small object resembled a triangular cone ship, complete with rockets and a weathered-down man in a cockpit. Enthusiasts added this object to proof of ancient alien visitors, with the statue an ancient Turkish depiction of one particular entity. Skeptics either dismissed it as a fake or misidentified. The theory circled the internet until one YouTuber came up with a very convincing explanation known as UFO proof. He analyzed the photos of the Rocket Man and compared them with other statues found in the surrounding area. On Mount Nemrut in southeastern Turkey, several ancient statues depicting ancient Greek gods and legends. When he rotated the photo of the Rocket Man by 90 degrees, he discovered it had a remarkable resemblance to these statues. Both had cone-shaped tops, a headband on the cone, and were too similar to be a coincidence. In the end, UFO proof concluded the Istanbul Rocket Man was nothing more than a smaller version of these other statue heads, not an ancient alien. This explanation is more convincing, even compared with the forgery claims, since the Rocket Man was found near Mount Nemrut. Number 10. Cicada 3301. Of all the mysteries on the internet, nothing comes nearly as close to being as cryptic as Cicada 3301. First appearing on January 4th, 2012, Cicada posted a series of puzzles which required people to use knowledge of cipher codes and accessing source codes to complete the series. There are also phone numbers to call, places to locate, and literally references to use. What is most bizarre about the story is despite them being solved, nobody knows what Cicada is, and not many people who have managed to solve all the clues have come forward. Cicada claims to be recruiting the smartest of people, leading to speculation it is a front for some sort of intelligence agency. To this day, the organization remains anonymous, but recently a YouTuber posted a detailed walkthrough of how to solve the clues. He explains all the different ciphers, where to find the clues, and what they all mean in relation to reaching the next clue. His 15-minute video shows how complex the puzzles are, but also helps fuel curiosity for more people to go out and attempt to solve the annual puzzles for themselves. While it does not completely solve the mystery of Cicada 3301, it is a first step in getting people close to what the truth is. Most likely, the motivations are harmless, possibly even being just for fun, but as long as Cicada 3301 remains unsolved, people will be flocking to the internet to get the answers they seek. Number 9. The Time-Traveling Hipster. This photo was taken in 1941 at the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia, Canada, and was first displayed in the Barlorn Pioneer Museum. According to believers, the hairstyle is wrong, the sweater and shirt, and even the sunglasses were impossible to make at the time, and he is seen holding a digital camera. Even those who didn't think the camera was digital pointed out handheld cameras were not available in 1941. People debated the authenticity of the claims for months, but YouTuber Zootman525 has a perfectly reasonable explanation. In his video, he explains how all the clothing and even the camera were completely ordinary for the time. First, the camera actually appears to be an ordinary handheld camera from the time period, with Kodiak producing handheld cameras for personal use. His sweater appears to be a wool sweater hand knitted. As for the shirt, it is actually a sewn-on patch for the Montreal hockey team logo at the time, instead of the perceived interwoven wools. The sunglasses were also a popular commodity for the 1940s and had visors on the side to prevent sunlight from getting in that way. These had been available as far back as the 1920s. Number 8. The Earth is not flat. For most of you, the title is self-explanatory. We are aware the Earth is a sphere, and someone can travel around it without coming to an impassable wall or falling straight over the edge. Recently, there has been an emergence of people who are convinced the Earth is flat. The largest organization expressing the belief is the Flat Earth Society. Even when shown photos of the Earth from space depicting the Earth as a sphere, flat earthers claim the photos are edited or that it is an optical illusion making the Earth appear spherical. Many YouTubers have posted videos debunking the flat Earth theory, including Cosmic Skeptic, who debunked 10 within a single 16-minute video. Examples include, despite NASA admitting Earth from space photos are photoshopped, this doesn't mean they have been altered to look spherical, but to touch up the colors instead. The reason we never see the Earth's curve with our own eyes is due to how vast the Earth's surface actually is, and our eyes can't see that far a distance. Light rays appear diverged to our eyes due to the perspective we are viewing them, and the list goes on. Cosmic Skeptic gives a full, detailed, logical, and respectful explanation, not condescending flat earthers, but instead moving to educate them on information they are simply mistaken about. Number 7. View 301 Mystery. There's a good chance anyone has seen on a YouTube video the view counter paused at 301, then suddenly the next day, it'll jump to a much higher number. For some time, it became a mild point of conversation for people who wondered why it stopped at such a random number. Well, not a mystery engulfed in conspiracy. Many curious people worked to determine why the view count stopped at 301. At the forefront of the investigation was Brady Heron, better known as Numberphile. After a short search, he was able to contact the product manager of YouTube, Ted Hamilton, and come up with an answer. The views stopped at 301 as the subsequent views are sent directly to the central server in order to be verified. The views are genuine and not the result of bots. This is in order to separate real views from false ones. By verifying the number of genuine views, YouTube can better determine a video's and channel's popularity. But why 301? The number was randomly chosen as the view threshold before the count is temporarily cut off for verification. The algorithm in the code places the limit at less than or equal to 300. Therefore, one extra view can get in before the count is cut off. It is an interesting insight into YouTube's process and how it manages its views. Number 6. The Impossible Nail. Optical illusions never cease to amaze people. A photo on Reddit baffled viewers for days when someone named Breadhunk posted their creation, a nail driven through 2 columns of wood, despite one column blocking the head. Breadhunk insisted the creation was real, and there was no use of photo manipulation, only wood trickery. For months, the comment box was flooded with all sorts of different theories, but the poster remained silent as to which were true and which were false. It wasn't until November 2009 when a YouTuber named Steve Ramsey uploaded a step-by-step process of how to replicate the results. The process is simple and only requires wood, a nail, a drill, and some boiled water. Ramsey demonstrated that by sitting one side of the wood in boiling water for a few minutes, one can use a vise to squish the wood column down over the course of 2 days. After, he easily drilled a hole through the 2 center columns and fitted a nail inside. Finally, he placed the shrunken column back into the boiling water, which restored it to its original shape. He then sanded the sides to hide any signs of strain to the wood, thus replicating the impossible nail. Finally, people had their answer of how to create such an optical illusion. Number 5. Jigsaw's master plan. After the passing of John Kramer at the end of the 3rd Saw film, who is the man behind Jigsaw, people wondered how the franchise would continue without its titular character. Well, it was revealed Saw had proteges who continued his work. People continued to wonder how all of the films tied in together, other than Jigsaw's presence in the films. This is a question YouTuber Tobroon believed he had the answer for. In 2009, 2 years before the franchise's self-described finale, this YouTuber uploaded a video detailing his theory. He believed despite what Dr. Gordon suffered at the end of Saw, in which he took off his leg to escape his shackles, Gordon was still alive and Kramer had taken him as an apprentice. He noted the various instances in which a trap required time beforehand in order to hide keys or other objects inside people that were essential to solving the trap's puzzle. He also analyzed a video in the 2nd film where an individual is shown placing a key into an eye. He noticed the man in the video was limping, which would be the case for Gordon. He also explained how Kramer had no experience, but was an engineer who worked with machines. The films also made several references to Gordon, making sure the audience remembered this name. All of Tobroon's theories were revealed true with the release of Saw 3D, where its twist revealed Gordon to be alive, ready to continue the Jigsaw legacy properly. With all the movie theories spreading of people's favorite films all over the internet, there is a guarantee one or more are to be proven true. Number 4. The Simpsons predicts the future. Going strong in 1989, The Simpsons has become a television classic. Many devoted fans have noticed strange coincidences during the show's run, which has led to speculation. The show's creators have insider knowledge of future events. A famous example happens during the episode, The City of New York vs. Homer Simpson. Before the Simpsons ventured to New York, Lisa holds up a magazine advertising a $9 bus fare to the city. The background shows the New York skyline, and the Twin Towers hover closely behind the 9, making it resemble 9/11. The rest of the episode features the World Trade Centers heavily, making people wonder if the Simpsons staff knew something. However, All Time Conspiracies has found a different explanation. During their research, they found the writer said it was just a major series of coincidences. The $9 was used because it seemed to be a ridiculously cheap bus fare to New York, and the towers were in the skyline because of how iconic they were. With Donald Trump's presidency, people have also noted The Simpsons made a joke where, in the future, Lisa becomes president and is forced to deal with the chaos left behind by former President Donald Trump. 16 years after the episode aired, Trump won the presidential election. All Time Conspiracies found another quote from the Simpsons staff stating they chose Trump as the president in the episode as it seemed to be the most ludicrous choice and they never imagined it would actually happen. With the show running that long, there are bound to be accurate predictions made when that wasn't the intention. Who knows what other future events The Simpsons has predicted recently? Only time will tell. Number 3. 11BX1371. Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. 11BX1371 is a bizarre video sent to GadgetZZ.com in early 2015, which depicts a masked figure facing the camera as bizarre sounds and imagery appear around him. Several ciphers also flash across the screen before the video ends. 5 months earlier, a YouTuber named AETBX posted the video to his account and was surprised to suddenly find the video had garnered major attention. He too claims he had been anonymously sent the video, and later people found the video was posted even earlier to a paranormal board on 4chan. To this day, there are no definitive answers, only theories. Some are as tame as it being a strange experimental art film, to more dramatic theories of this foretelling an impending attack. Analysis of the audio has shown some horrific results, with the sentence, "You are already dead," spelt out in the noise, and even the face of a screaming woman. This further fueled speculation of someone leaving clues behind. One of those who analyzed the footage was Rainbot, known for her videos discussing topics of similar nature to 11B. During her research, she was able to debunk most of the theories. When looking at the scary images in the audio, she discovered the images were still frames from low-budget horror films, although the final image is real. She also rules out a conspiracy plot, since these groups don't usually give such cryptic warnings beforehand. She also rules out art film and PR stunt, as the video is too cryptic and filled with too much detail for either. In her conclusion, she believes the video is a work of either Johnny from GadgetZZ.com, AETBX, another poster named Parker Wright, or a collaboration of all three, for reasons unknown. Number 2. The Chaplain Time Traveler. Near the beginning of the decade, people began finding images and footage of people holding what appeared to be technology to advance for the time period the photo was taken. A famous example was the belief a person holding a cell phone is seen in a frame of the Chaplin film The Circus. A woman is seen walking by, holding an object up to her ear, and apparently speaking into it. People flocked to the internet to suggest she was speaking on a cell phone, and she was in fact a time traveler. However, there were many skeptics, but little could explain the device at her ear. YouTuber John's Wacky World had a very simple explanation though. He explains the device the woman is holding is actually a hearing aid from 1925, which was much more bulky than today's counterparts. Photos of the device reveal the aid is about the size of a cell phone, and the operator would place against their ear. The same day John uploaded his video, another YouTuber named Explain.exe offered the explanation the woman is simply holding her hair. His reasoning is the unreliability of the original claimant, and the mind is tricking into seeing an object in her hand by the title of the video. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. I'm currently doing a super poll on my Instagram. If you believe ghosts are real, then go to my most recent photo and tap the like button. If you don't, DM me saying why. When you're done, come right back to this video to find out the number 1 entry. Also, follow me on Twitter at YTChills because that's where I post video updates. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos we upload every Tuesday and Saturday. Number 1. Finding Jason Stevens. Mysteries can be solved by anyone, even those who weren't seeking to solve them. In March 2016, 36-year-old Jason Stevens went missing, last seen leaving his job in Los Angeles. Family, police, and locals banded together to find Jason, but to no avail. Almost a year later, YouTuber Matthew Bilodeau embarked on a project to interview random homeless people he encountered on the street. One individual he spoke to caught his interest, who spoke of his dream of getting certified to work on luxurious cars. Grabbing lunch, the man shared his difficulties being homeless and shared his designs he made for new engines. Matthew was intrigued by the man's openness, but the true amazing part of the story began when he started editing the footage. Through some minor detective work, Matthew managed to conclude the man he spoke to was Jason. He contacted Jason's former boss, who said Jason was a great and talented worker, which caused surprise when he suddenly stopped showing up for his shifts. Feeling a big chance to help out Jason's family and friends, Matthew tracked him down again and was able to confirm it was in fact Jason he was talking to. He explained he up and left unexpectedly after an incident at work left him with a broken hand, leaving him only able to conduct tests on a computer. Not being where he wanted to be, Jason decided to leave for California on a whim to try and further his career. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!